What is good, everyone? Excuse me for being a little bit late. I was tuned in to Diddy's Cinco de Mayo party, the Cinco de Love. Excuse me, guys. I was just tapping in with Diddy for a second. You know, he's actually celebrating Cinco de Mayo, as I think we all should be. I mean, I'm working today. You know what I mean? I kind of forgot it was actually Cinco de Mayo, so I need to check myself. I definitely need to check
I'm
myself
working
today. You know what I mean? I kind of forgot it was actually Cinco de Mayo, so I need to check myself. I gotta check myself. I'm sorry about that, guys. Totally forgot it was Cinco de Mayo. But let's get into the live video. Let's get into the joint today. We're going to be talking about YFN Lucci. YFN Lucci's situation is pretty crazy right now. You all know we pretty much extensively covered it a few months back when YFN Lucci had gotten into the situation where he was, in Atlanta, and he was actually involved in a shooting where one of the people in his car, his life was actually taken. One of the people that were associated with YFN Lucci, his life was lost. And there were early reports that actually a dude had been pushed out of the vehicle. Like there was a crazy report about that. And it put YFN Lucci in all type of a position. Like, okay, so you were in a car where shots were being fired. So he was immediately charged. What's poppin', James Brown? Appreciate you for tuning in. Yarrow, what's poppin'? Appreciate you for tapping in. Go ahead, hit that like button, everyone. Hit that like button on the way in. Share this video as well. This whole situation with YFN Lucci taking off once again. There was something that just happened a few months back or a month back when YFN Lucci actually was getting in a little bit of an issue for going to a strip club, a gang related that had been under investigation for gang related activity. So YFN Lucci was catching a little bit of scrutiny for that. Whereas, like they were saying, you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing while you were on your ankle monitor release. YFN Lucci got a 540,000, I think it was a $500,000 bond, and he got the opportunity to leave jail with an ankle bracelet. What up, Schools 101, Buffalo, New York on the tap in. Hit that like button and do me a favor, share this video. Poobs, I see you, my dude. Everybody is reporting about this new story. Media Takeout, TMZ, all over it, you guys. Every blog you could think of. YFN Lucci has actually been named in a new Rico that involves racketeering, assault, armed robbery, even capital murder, you guys. I'm wondering if that actually has to do with the incident that he was involved in. I'm wondering if that actually has to do with the incident that he was involved in, the drive-by shooting. Dallas is in the building. Okay, major salute to Dallas. Spencer 42. Spencer Marcus 42. I always appreciate your continued support. Ness D blazing on that garlic cookies and runts. Yeah, I heard a lot about the garlic cookies, man. I hear a lot about the garlic cookies. We got started a little bit early tonight, you guys, because I wanted to come on here and talk about YFN Lucci. You know what I mean? YFN Lucci had been involved in a situation that I really wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Looking at him as an entertainer, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, being like wrong place, wrong time. YFN Lucci has a bigger career than anything that should involve gang antics, but now he's found himself in the midst of a whole nother situation, which could actually be related because this whole new Rico, it comes after a 6-month investigation. From what I read, it's 75 pages, 105 counts. 105 counts. The Atlanta was saying that they want to stop violence. They said this is an unprecedented indictment as well. with the, I guess, with the amount of counts. If we look back at Casanova's indictment, I believe it was only 13 to 16 counts, and Casanova was involved with 3. So if you just want to put the situation, in perspective, you got to look at it like that. Strictly business. I appreciate you tuning in 100%, man. That's love on the tune in. Share this video, hit that like button. After seeing all the reports about YFN Lucci yesterday, I had to come on here and talk about YFN Lucci, one of the most talented artists coming from the South. I mean, when you look at YFN Lucci, he's right there, right under the Young Thugs. He's right there. He made an impression like the Rich Homie Quans. You know what I'm saying? He really made quite an impression in Atlanta. He really brought himself up in the game to some of his first interviews to where he had, you know what I mean, gone. YFN Lucci really had made an impression in the game. Share this video, everyone. Future wifey and hubby. This is crazy, my dog. Yeah, big facts. It is crazy. I'm not too sure if YFN Lucci has been taken into custody. I'm not too sure if YFN Lucci has been taken into custody at this point, or if his bail is going to be, you know what I mean, retracted. I'm not really sure what's going on in that regard. But another situation that kind of was crazy. Not to tail off from this, because YFN Lucci is the main topic of the day. But another situation that was kind of crazy is actually what's going on with Fujiano. Situation with Fujiano, you guys. Has anybody heard about the amount of time that Fujiano has agreed to take? Okay, just give me 1 second, you guys. Let me get this. Sorry, guys, for the dead air. I just wanted to add this into the story because it was actually just revealed that Gucci Mane's artist Fujiano was sentenced to 5 years. He was sentenced to 5 years in jail. What up, Amanda? Appreciate you for tuning in. Mr. Official 410, appreciate you for tuning in. Hit that like button. Yeah, and also I saw that YFN Lucci, you might not be talking about YFN Lucci, Peasy, but I saw that YFN Lucci actually wiped his Instagram clean. You know what I'm saying? He wiped his IG clean. So when he had went in and turned himself in during the drive-by or the shooting where he was driving, whatever it's being placed under, he actually didn't wipe his whole Instagram. He had posted a video trailer, but now there's only one picture on YFN Lucci's page, and he's wiped the whole thing clean. He's wiped the whole thing clean. Future Wifey says, now Lucci was playing Call of Duty the other day. And my guy said that he's been ordered to turn himself in. I'm not really sure what's happening with this. I don't know exactly how many of the counts YFN Lucci has been labeled in. Like with the Casanova case, it was 16 counts, 13 counts, somewhere around there. Casanova was only in 3. You know what I mean? It was a little bit easier to read. So I don't know exactly how many counts YFN Lucci is involved in, but he is involved in some pretty serious ones, you guys. And it seems to me that the last 6 months, the investigation that the feds have been doing, it seems to me the last 6 months of the investigation the feds have been doing does have to do with what happened with, you know what I mean, YFN Lucci, the shooting and everything in regard to that. How he was able to get out, how he was able to get out on bond in the middle of a federal investigation, I don't know. Jesus. Or, you know what I mean? Or a state investigation, whatever it was, if it was federal or state, because I was reading that Atlanta said they're done with violence. Atlanta wants to eliminate all the violence. One of the comments I read when I was skimming through a couple of the different pages, somebody said, who the hell could believe YFN Lucci being involved, or any rapper in particular being involved in gang activity when they're successful in 2021, no less? And that's a part of me that makes me want to believe guys like Casanova, you know what I mean? Guys like YFN Lucci. Like, these dudes have thriving careers. You know what I mean? These dudes are they, and not even trying to stress out the pandemic right now, you guys, but these guys have thriving careers, and they would have had thriving careers after the pandemic. So I don't really think that they would resort back to criminal activity to make money. Strictly Business says everybody is getting hit with the Rico charge. Well, it's interesting because that's exactly what Ab had just said in my last interview. If you guys checked it out, Ab had said that rappers are a target right now. Do you guys remember hearing that in the last interview where Ab was speaking on Meek Mill? He was actually talking about the Meek Mill and Drake situation that sort of turned into issues with him and Meek. And Ab was like, yo, I don't even like rap beef anymore. I don't like rap beef anymore because all it does is gives the cops or the authorities something to use against you. So, but if you noticed, a lot of Ab's music wasn't really directly oriented on being diss music. It was just more oriented on being street tales, you know? Ab had offers. Ab had said in one interview, somebody tried to pay him $100,000 to diss Meek Mill, and he turned it down. Like, Ab wasn't about that. Like, he really wasn't trying to create a, you know what I mean, a divide. He wasn't just he never jumped on my camera and really dissed anybody by name, you guys. What up, Mr. Hustle 365? He never jumped on my camera and really dissed anybody by name. Even by the time I had interviewed him about Meek, it was over. And by the time I had interviewed Ab about Meek, he actually was saying the beef was over, and we premiered that interview on MTV.com, or MTV grabbed the interview and premiered it pretty much. And ARAP ends beef with Meek Mill was on there. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the rap beef, it's not good when it comes to, you know what I mean, having evidence out there against you, because it gives characterization. It lets the feds see like how crazy you are, I guess. You know what I mean? Ghostface 7 says, where's that new Dark Low music? Hey, man. Hey, man, you're anticipating it just like the rest of us, man. But let me bring in my co-host, Rosewood. What is going on, man?
Salute, Mikey T. My genius was good, man.
Yo, you know what it is, man. It's the most hated yet anticipated Mikey T, the movie star.
There you go. Salute to everybody in the chat. What up?
We're talking about YFN Lucci getting caught up right now, and apparently one of my guys, Peasy, said he's been ordered to turn himself in at this point. Apparently the homie was on Call of Duty last night. You know what I mean? Whatever, playing Call of Duty. We know he's been living his life since he got out, from the story we actually spoke on months ago. You know, the story where his man got killed in his car and then allegedly was pushed out of the vehicle.
Now they're charging him with a state RICO case.
Right.
It's a state RICO case, not a federal RICO. It's a state RICO case, and they're saying they're going to add that into, I guess, the discovery, that murder case right there, to paint him as a bad person. So they're going to use that against him. So he has to really beat that murder case to help him out for this case too, because they're charging him with the racketeering part. They're not even saying he's a gang member. The racketeering, that racketeering, man.
That's
If
what
y'all
they
know
get
racketeering,
on Rosewood, because that's what they get him on, because they're like, well, you're the one who's in position to put everybody else in position. That's what they do.
Exactly. And even if you're legitimate, if you're putting somebody illegitimate in position, then you're operating illegally under the law, as they would say. So that's what a racketeering is in a nutshell.
You know, somebody had commented on one of the pages I was reading the story on. They were like, who would think that a rapper who's thriving would resort to gang activity in 2021? You know, that's why I like to give Casanova, YFN Lucci, Max B. I like to give these guys the benefit of the doubt, because you know YFN Lucci and Casanova on any given day, they're worth $10,000 at a walkthrough.
True. But at the same time, the people that you're with that's still in their life, you know, you want to bring them along too. You want to put them in positions of power as well and let them be able to do their own thing and flourish. But the bigger it gets, the more you link up, it gets harder and harder to, you know, distinguish that. And either the state or the feds, they don't care what it is. They don't care if it's just rap. They don't care what it is. They're going to use their resources to investigate. So if they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. So I heard with the state, Rico, it's more easy to charge you. You know, it's not, you don't get as much time, but it's more easier to charge you with a more widespread range of cases.
Yeah, you know, I was saying earlier, this case actually has been going on. The investigation has been going on for 6 months. So obviously it's been going on throughout the time that, you know, YFN got involved in that drive-by, you know what I mean? Or however they're determining that to be. You know what I'm saying? It was like a drive-by where the dude in the car got shot or whatever.
Yeah, him and his mans, they rolled through, dumped at somebody they knew.
And then they ended up
fire. Yeah. He was hanging out the window shooting.
It's a shitty situation.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man, he like that situation right there alone. It was already like, okay. Now nobody like I was just reading in the comments, somebody say this movie was stupid. They're watching for 6 months. They built this was a 6-month case. So whatever evidence they got, it took them 6 months to get. So this was going on while he got locked up for that case too. So really, it was just a matter of time when he's going to hit him with it. And the feds might, Mr. Hustle 365, what up? The feds might pick up that Rico. I never, you know, this is the first time I haven't heard of a state Rico. Haven't heard of a state Rico.
I'm just going to say, man, because, you know, I was really positive about YFN Lucci being able to prove his innocence. Mm-hmm. They're really stacking the deck on YFN Lucci right now, Rosewood, because what turned into a simple situation of he could have been driving in his car with his homies and then they did something unpremeditated. You know what I mean? Something that wasn't premeditated.
Right.
They're just stacking the deck on him, man. They want him to sit in there for a decade. They want him in there for 2 decades. You know what I mean?
I'm about to say, they want him in there for a few decades. That's how they're trying to get home. And it's basically like now they're trying to make him look like he's a fool, because they're like, oh, all right, you posted that bond, we're going to bring you right back in here. That bond money was worth nothing. You was better off putting that to a team of lawyers. Because for like, this case,
they're like, thank you for that.
Yeah. Because
violated.
Yeah.
Violated. Now we're probably going to keep that.
They are keeping that 500,000, whatever it was. They're keeping that. It almost seemed like it was a setup for him to get the bond and then for him to come and drop the Rico on him. So
that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying, Rosewood. Because why, if it's a state case, why would they have given him a state bond? They're like, no, we've already got you wrapped up. We're investigating you. This is the hook, line, and sinker. We got you right here. You were in the car where your man let off. No, it's over.
It's over. You know, why would you get a bond?
You know, why would he get a bond if it's a state case? But
But they gave him one, and now look, they hit him with a Rico. So you got the bond money up, and then they saying, "Up, it's ours now." You violated. They don't play fair.
But yo, I think YFN Lucci's honestly, the way YFN Lucci got into the game was like similar to the way that the Migos got into the game. Like he had people that jumped behind him and said, "Yo, you should be a star. We're gonna give you the look that a star should get." At least that's from what I've seen, because I noticed he came into the game with partners at first, and then he really elevated into a superstar.
Right.
You know, so I think potentially this is like a Murder Inc. thing, man. Because I don't think he's racketeering, man. I think this guy created real business.
Well, the thing is, Mikey T is he has to prove now. You know, like I always say, man, in the law's eyes, you're guilty until you prove yourself innocent. So he has to prove that all the money's legit.
Right. I think they got the receipts.
They would have to, man. After 6-month investigation, but the thing is, it's not all right. That's why the racketeering is so serious, because he can make all the legal money he wants. But if I make all the legal money I want, but then I give my man 10 racks, he goes by work, and then they're watching him start a Rico case. Where did he get the original 10 racks for the work?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Well, I mean,
I'm gonna say hypothetical. That's why I put myself in that position.
Like I said a little bit earlier, Rosewood, before you jumped in, this indictment for YFN Lucci, it's actually 105 counts, whereas Casanova's, I believe it was like 13 to 16 counts. Casanova was involved in 3. Obviously, that's a lot more to go over with this whole YFN Lucci one.
Yeah. Now, that does mean there's a whole lot of co-conspirators on the case. That's all.
I believe it was 12.
Yeah, 12. It's a lot. Well, or the amount of evidence they got is like really stacked.
Bro, it's all types. They even got some charges in there, I believe, were property damage.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because the state of Georgia, they're gonna charge you for everything. They're gonna charge you for everything.
No, yo, Rosewood, that's one thing you said right there. Because when I was reading this, it said Atlanta wants to stop the violence in their city. Like they're putting like no more war on, never mind a war on drugs, war on violence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why they're going so hard on this thing right now.
Yeah.
And we've seen YFN Lucci call out rappers like Young Thug on Instagram and be like, "Yo, I'm the real," you know what I mean? We've seen him actually do some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, him and Thug had their little situation going on. And see, that's why I be saying like the beef and the back and forth is really stupid and nobody wins at the end of the day. Because who knows, that little altercation, certain things that might say, that might give you the feds or the state the spotlight to look and say, let's see what's going on here.
Who is this guy?
Right.
Who is this guy?
Right. They already have an agenda to stop the homicides, the violence. All right. Oh, this guy's this major rapper that's making this legal money and bringing it back to the streets. Oh, he's supporting that? Nah, we'll get him out of here.
When in reality, the dude was like dating Lil Wayne's daughter, most like playing, like some people were saying he's playing the game, you know what I mean, on live. People's lives change, Rosewood. They don't just keep doing that shit. They turn into a boring lifestyle of hanging out with their girlfriend, going to the studio, playing the game. People aren't just out there doing all this crazy shit like the cops or whoever want to, like, they thought that about me for years until they see, man, I'm doing my hip hop shit. I'm going to restaurants to eat. I smoke some weed. I ain't doing nothing wrong.
It can happen, and that's the crazy part. It can happen to anybody at any facet of if you in this, and if you're doing music, you doing movies, it don't matter. Because if you come from any type of hood, you gonna know how to go. So when they see you doing good, they automatically think it's a legal process. You could be totally legitimate. Like I said, it's you to prove yourself innocent and not guilty to them. Peace and blessings, Payday. Peace and blessings, my J. So that's the thing, man. And the thing is, see, where he went wrong is the homicide case. Because you see what you just said, everybody life changed. I'm with my girl playing a game. I'm in the studio. You got your format. So it's like, how can you even be in a situation where is gunfire exchanged between two groups of people?
Well, Rosewood, that's the thing about this. You got to be in a mature place in life to make sure that you're not around situations like that. You know what I mean? Like, look what happened with your dude from Philly, the big homie from Philly, Meek Mill. This dude is moving so clean right now that little troll had to come and find out where he was going to be, wait in a damn parking lot to make some stupid video. Meek Mill is moving so clean, you know what I mean, to avoid stupid altercations like that.
Yeah, because how easily people forget that they were trying to crucify Meek for basically bullying dirt bikes in the street, really for simple violations, not having a number they can contact. And he had a dickhead judge, so they really was going to try to do Meek dirty. Like, they're going to try to do Meek dirty. They're going to try to leave him in there and make him an example to all rappers. Like, listen, I don't care what you do, we'll make an example, especially in the city of Philadelphia, because everybody ride dirt bikes, everybody ride four-wheelers. So if they telling you, oh, we can, violate you off ride through the streets of Philly having fun, and this can damage your career, that's like a warning sign, man. So they let Meek out. I'm glad Meek got through it, but they're never going to stop trying to persecute any young black artist that's trying to make it or trying to come up. They're always going to look for that opportunity. Because that's their job. It's their job. If they weren't doing their job, they wouldn't be around. So it's up to us. It's up to us as a hip hop community to, like you said, to be more mature and to be more professional at this. Because it's a certain way how you move, man.
So Rosewood, we'll get back to YFN Lucci in a second. But there's another rapper who actually, he actually finally pled out. He copped out to his time. Gucci Mane's artist Fujiano has actually accepted 5 years for cutting off the ankle monitoring device while on probation. He was also he's going to spend 5 years in prison after pleading guilty this past Monday for cutting off his ankle monitor last December. Like I said, right before Christmas, he had cut off his ankle monitoring device because I believe he had a gun charge as well. I mean, I guess where's everybody? Everyone tried to get on me about that other gun charge we were talking about with Dark Low. So where's everyone on Fujiano's ass about the gun charge right now? Because all I'm reading is that he got 5 years for the ankle monitoring device and cutting it off. But no, man, the gun charge is obviously within that, man. They wouldn't give the man 5 years for
They got no. But no, I was saying thing, because remember what I said? I said, what's the point of him cutting it off? Like, just rock out with the time you got and go do your case. He probably would have had time served and then probably did less time.
I think he was going to get 5 years regardless, Rosewood. I think he was, because he had just got his second gun charge.
Oh, that was his second. Oh yeah, he was getting hit with the 5. He was getting hit with the 5.
You think if he didn't cut the bracelet, they were going to give him 3.5?
Possibility, because you got Gucci Mane back, and you got Gucci Mane saying, you're an artist now. You're not in that life. You have this to protect yourself. You only get caught up because you're already a felon, but you need protection. You don't have security around you all the time. So you have people to vouch for you, and then they'll give him time served, and they'll cut it in half.
All right. So in saying that, though, now that he took 5, does he still only get 3?
It depends. It depends on the conditions and terms.
Right. You're right. There could be a suspended sentence where he only has to serve 18 months.
Where he has to follow the criteria of what they set, and if you follow the criteria, then we'll grant you this.
But ultimately, this just really sucks because this is the second artist, of Gucci Mane's that has had to cop out to an extended period of time. Rallo, we were talking about Rallo. He copped out to 7 years,
Right.
After after denying the 5-year plea. He copped out to 7 years.
Right.
And Fujiano cut off his ankle monitor and bracelet and got himself possibly an extra year, year and a half, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe no, you're right, and it's just like it's crazy because Fujiano, like we was having a little rap debate the other day, and we was like maybe he probably would have been bigger than Pooh Shiesty right about now because he already had some hits. He already had the hits.
If he had been able to keep track with his career, obviously he got off track. You remember what happened at that one show where there was a massive shooting.
Right. And even with that, it's like he, like you said, just keeping his career on track. I don't like house arrest. If I'm an artist, I'm on house arrest. I have to take that because now I know I can still record. Whoever's with me, bring that studio to my house. We locked in. Everything we need. This is the cave right now. We locked in.
Well, didn't the game learn that with Tony Yayo when Yayo came out on house arrest and you know what I mean? When Yayo came out on house arrest and did his album?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do that anyway. But I'll be figuring that the artists that have a machine behind them, it shouldn't be a bad a hard call, hard judgment. Okay, I gotta go to the studio anyway. Now this gives me a reason not to leave the house, and I still got to record, and I still can record, do whatever I want, see what I want. I can control my own environment. Put it like that.
Yeah, especially with today's day and age. Fujiano should have realized. I mean, why would he do that? It's pandemic anyways. We can't do anything for the next year. This whole year, we're not doing anything, Rosewood, that would be normal. There's going to be selected events here and there, but he should realize, this is the time. Right now is the time to go in. And but any artist, Rosewood, that is in that position when they're messing with Gucci Man or they're messing with Yo Gotti or Rick Ross or 50, if they're put in a position where they can mess with the artist or go to jail, they're gonna say F jail.
Yeah, all the way. Who would?
Look what Yayo did. He made a fake passport to try to go to Barcelona or something like that and got caught with the fake passport. Had to go back to jail a week later.
Yep. I forgot about that, Mikey T. Thank you for putting. I remember that situation. But the thing is, when it happened, I felt Yayo because he I'm missing out on they touring the world. I never been to Barcelona, and he was still thinking as a mind of a criminal. I'm not saying, no, look, I need to take the industry serious. Let me wait my time, or let me go to the execs. Tell Jimmy, run Magic, get me over to Barcelona. Talk to my PM, get me over there real quick. Little work passport or something. Get me over there. I'll be back at this time. I can check in.
Well,
whatever.
Apparently, Yayo was running around with his brother's passport for a number of months while he was actually wanted. But I highly doubt. Before we get to the super chat, I just want to say I do not think if Tony Yayo told 50 Cent, "Oh, just tell Jimmy IV and we're good, man," I think 50 would probably be like,
"No." He said, "Listen,
crazy.
Man, I'm trying to go to Barcelona.
I ain't telling.
How am I going to get there?
None of that crazy shit that you.
I'm going to get there, man. At the end of the day, you forget that's his man."
No, he made it there. He had the passport. He had his brother's passport. But after he got out of jail, he had all the paperwork and gave it to his PO. And the PA was like, "This ain't you.
This ain't you."
What the hell is going on here?"
Okay, so you did get to go though. All right.
Yo, Ricky Dez, what up, man? Appreciate you. This is a great comment. He says, "I hate to see these dudes getting a real bag go down for shit that's all avoidable."
Ricky, facts, bro, facts. Honorable for the super chat, but honorable for that question, bro. That's facts. I see these dudes getting a real bag, and I see at a time and age where it's I would say there's lanes to navigate and put yourself out there better than people had in the early 2000s, late 90s, even in the mid 2000s. Like you can platform a lot of different ways now. And then it's like he said, dudes can get a real bag now. It's like you can do a lot yourself to cut out middlemen and who you don't want to do business with to reap the benefits of all your profits. So to see dudes really had an opportunity and to do shit like you said that's avoidable, it's like, hold on, where's the strategy? Where's the plan going to now? What's the playbook? Who's calling the plays?
I'm sorry, man, but when I get into appreciate that super chat. If anybody wants to donate to the channel, Cash App Mikey T Movie. Super chats are dope. But I just want to say, man, when I get into that position, like that YFN Lucci level, there will be none of my comrades, none of my friends will be riding around with me hammered up. If there's anything like that, we will have paid security. If anything is like that, it'll be paid security. I will never put somebody in my team, somebody that I care about, in a position to put their own life in jeopardy. Just like when you get in the car and drive with somebody, I'm like, yo, man, I'm driving this car right now. I would never drive this car in a way that would put your life in jeopardy. In this music industry shit, I would do the same, man. I don't understand how a man could be on a multi-million-dollar level and driving around with people who have weapons on them, you know what I mean, and shit like that, and they're trying to live in a mentality that you're far away from, or that you should be far away from. You talk about the opportunities the new artists have. Do you see Kodak Black pulling out stacks of money out of his book bags? Yo, bro, even guys like Biggie and guys like Mike Geronimo, guys like Jay-Z, they weren't getting that type of money back then, man. Biggie got signed. Remember the movie? $60,000 in a check. Kodak Black gets $60,000 for 15 minutes. Rosewood. Exactly.
Fat Joe at one time was getting the most off the CD of any rap artist. He was getting $7 a CD from a major. A major will pay you $2 off their own CD, and they taking the rest. Fat Joe was getting $7. He was the first one to even do that. So, like right now, like these opportunities to get the major money is here, but it's the separate the street from the fame. In the words of Jay-Z, you gotta separate the street from the fame. And back then, I really didn't realize that, and now that I'm a little bit wiser, I really, really see what he's saying. Because you have to separate the two. You can create your art, and your visual can be street, but you have to separate the real life street from the fame that you get from painting that picture. You got to be able to separate it, man.
Well, future wifey and hubby, what I'm talking about is the fact. Like, I don't know about Jay-Z slanging, but I'm talking about the fact that Kodak Black is in a position, like the music industry has changed. Back in the early 90s, when these guys were first coming out and they only had one or two songs, I highly doubt people were booking them for $50,000, $60,000. The market wasn't there back then.
The market wasn't there.
Now, when Jay-Z later went on Hard Knock Life tour, these, of course, he was making bigger money than Kodak.
You got to sell out arenas.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, you had to sell out arenas back then. You
think when Eminem first got into the game, you know what I mean? He was going to get a 75. He would have never signed with Dr. Dre if he was getting money like that.
Listen, even when he was the biggest on TRL, well, How My Name Is was the #1 video. He still wasn't making the money these rappers are making now that rapidly. He was going to get it over time, which he did, but it wasn't coming that rapidly back then. Bro, now you can pretty much get it rapidly.
Bro, Kodak Black can get a $50,000 bag, turn around 15 minutes later, somebody hits his phone, and then there's another $50,000. It just wasn't like that back in the days.
It wasn't. It wasn't. And that's why I said who's calling the plays, because it has to be some OGs around you that remember when it was like that. Remember when you really had to do racketeering to get your music out there.
Let's talk about this, man. High C says, how much was Master P getting off a CD? Now, I don't know, but I was just watching the interview with Birdman, and I can say this. It must have been the business model that Master P set up that made Universal go, damn, we will give Birdman a 90-10 split. We will take 10% off of this because it's going to be multi-billions. You know what I mean? You know, so I kind of feel like that was the business model that a major company saw what Master P was doing. And they're like, yo, let's do that, but let's do it on a little bit more of a commercial level. I don't know. I kind of always look like No Limit was more like No Limit, and then Cash Money was like the shiny version of No Limit.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. And the thing was, Master P, great negotiator, and he created leverage. He created his buzz on the street selling out the trunk. Drop Ice Cream Man had the big song Ice Cream Man, and then shout out to Wendy Day. Because if it wasn't for Wendy Day negotiating that 80-20 split for Master P, would never happen. And then when Cash Money came along, it was Wendy Day that negotiated the 90-10 split for Cash Money. So,
and also, Master P had the leverage because he was able to, like, where a lot of these labels have failed. You know what I mean? Like, I guess maybe you could say Death Row, Bad Boy, G Unit, where a lot of these labels haven't been able to thrive. It's where Master P's No Limit thrived. They were able to have an album out every month.
Yes.
And all you really need to have a thriving label or a subsidiary label is a record every quarter. If you can do one every single quarter, you're in the game. But all these labels haven't even been able to follow up that simple blueprint that Master P created.
Right. Because Master P, that blueprint was ages before its time. They could have fathomed it then, and they still really can't wrap their hands around it now.
Right. Even a lot of the major labels can't still produce albums at the rate that Master P was. No. But yeah, man.
Or Cash Money. They were dropping so many albums, and it's like you said, they would have try to make a hit song every quarter. So they got a hit song from whatever artist out that can. If they can do all the artists, they will. If half of it happened, it is. But they were dropping music.
But so let's talk about it though. Fujiano, he had a major opportunity. You know, even I heard his music when I was in Boston one night. You know, Boston's Massachusetts city and shit. And I heard his music playing in some people's cars, and I was like, damn, Fujiano's catching up here on the East Coast. That's what he needs. But I don't know, man. 5 years, Fujiano didn't really get to lay the groundwork that he needed to lay. Sort of like when Tony Yayo went to jail for 1 year or 2 years, whatever, a year and a half, whatever it was. Yayo laid some amazing groundwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the mixtape, he was so much on the mixtape scene, we actually didn't know he was locked up until they had the free Yayo shirts. I thought he was free the whole time. Surviving Kansas salute, my J. I thought Yayo was free the whole time by listening to the mixtapes. And then when they started the free Yayo campaign, I'm like, when did he get locked up? They're like, he's been locked up.
Been locked up, but now he's home. And you know, it just kind of worked out. But with Fujiano, yo, Alien, don't be commenting shit like that in the video, man. Just to be 100 with you. You're my dude though. But yo, so 5 years for Fujiano, man. There's like a whole thing. There's a whole lot of things that could happen within 5 years, man. Potentially 1017 isn't even a record company anymore. Maybe it's a movie company.
Yeah, maybe it's brought out by a major. And now you have other people deciding what's going on. You know, say there's a new artist behind Pooh Shiesty, and then both of them are buzzing at the same time. How do you come out of that and fit in?
Yeah, it's just a bad situation.
Yeah,
it's a bad situation for Fujiano to have to go in there for 5 years, man.
Yeah, man. That's why I was saying, like, that's having to be on the house arrest. I would have took that as, man, I got a little privilege right here. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna use it to the best of his ability, and I'm moving to, or like I'm using that to show the judge like I'm a favorable person. Like I know how to obey by the rules. I know how to be a grown up. You know, if I'm saying I'm out here making all this money, then I should be a responsible adult at the end of the day. So if I get put on house arrest, all right, give it to me. I'm still going to make my music. I'm still going to make a bag. And then when the pandemic over and I'm off house arrest or whatever, then I can tour.
Yeah, and never mind like making you know what I mean? Never mind making all the people who were counting on me disappointed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that too, man. That too. I mean, sometimes I don't think some rappers realize all the people. They might realize like some of the people that they're influencing or helping out, but it might be way more than that you might not even realize that you're really touching out here. When you going, it's like you taking yourself off the equation to build a better society.
Right. You're taking yourself out of the equation to rock alongside Pooh Shiesty, who's becoming the hottest thing. And as soon as touring is back, Rosewood, as soon as touring is back, Pooh Shiesty is going to be touring all over the United States. But you know who's not going to be touring with him?
That's messed up, yo. That's messed up. Because it's, man, like Ricky said with the super chat, man, stuff that's avoidable. Is we had a time where rappers are able to get a bag like that, like you said, Kodak can get 60,000 like that, boom, boom, 50,000 here. But to do stuff that that's avoidable, stuff that that's going to stop your bag, but you can avoid this. I don't understand the logic, and even that's why I said, who's calling the plays? Where's your OGs at? Because your OG is supposed to be the one to check you. Like, nah, youngin, ain't cutting that bracelet off. I'm about to get to work.
Yo, and it's crazy because it's like, if your OGs don't tell you that, or if they tell you that and you don't listen, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man.
Right, right. Because the OGs is the ones that remember back then where Biggie only signed for 60,000. Or like you were saying, they remember like you only getting whatever per show. Now they see you can get this and you're being foolish. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, dude, just trying to talk. Somebody in the comment tried to say Mikey T was wrong about Kodak Black and Little Durk and all these guys getting more money than some of the legends from back in the day. A lot of the legends admit that in new interviews. You know what I mean? But also, it's that in that statement right there, Biggie getting signed for 60 racks. You know what I mean?
Like, and they had to pay out more people back then. That's what people understand. You had to pay out way more people from shows, everything. You had to pay out way more people. There's way more people taking pieces of your pie back then. Now there's a lot of those people you really can cut out.
So I don't know. Maybe Biggie getting 60,000 was more so comparable to Poundside Pop getting offered, whatever he got offered.
Well, then it's like, look, Biggie had nothing, and he had a whole lot of potential. Yeah, so to get the machine behind you, 60,000, you only got to pay that back, and then with his album sales, made that back, and writing for Lil Kim and Junior Mafia. He had his plan. See, back then you had to be like Fat Joe. You had to have a plan. You had to have leverage so you can go to the label and say, look, I'm worth $7 off my album. Remember, Babyface gave TLC 2 cents per album.
Jesus. I missed that movie.
2 cents per album.
I missed that movie. That was in the movie?
No, that's a fact. That's an actual fact.
Oh, I never saw. They have a TLC movie that was on like VH1.
Yeah, but no, that's an actual fact. That's an actual fact.
Well, I mean, they used to say that a lot about the artists that were selling multi-millions, that they would only make whatever off of each album pennies, because they had the big marketing machine on behind them that turned them into Madonna. You know what I mean? That turned them into Eminem, that turned them into Justin Timberlake or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or Justin Timberlake got more money off of his music because the dude.
Yeah, he was later on. But that's why I always bring up Fat Joe getting $7 off an album. Because no rapper, even Biggie Smalls, even Tupac, the top rappers at the time. In fact, Joe wasn't the biggest rapper at the time. He ain't had the biggest hits. But he was business savvy enough to know how to negotiate what he was worth. And then that's when Big Pun came out with Capital Punishment.
Yep. He was business savvy, but he was also consistent. He was consistent when it came to the business. You know what I mean? When Big Pun passed and Pun had released his albums, Joe didn't let up, man. A lot of rappers might have let up, you know, but he found other ways. Or whether it was finding another record label or finding another single, the man found ways, and I respect that. Because other people, and I'm not going to name any names, but other people that we've watched in the music industry over our life, they have either given up or not found other ways to make music to reach us.
Facts. And that's why I give Fat Joe all the credit in the world, man. For one, a Fat Joe fan is digging in the creeks. You know, going back to Flo Joe. Like, for to see him from there as straight underground raw hip-hop rap, to be able to have the longevity to come to lean back and then even do what he's doing now, like that's longevity at its finest, man. Like he's underrated and overlooked as his business savvy. Fat Joe was definitely overlooked for his business savvy and how he stayed relevant this whole time. People overlooked that.
Did he have a clothing line?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was it called?
550. 550. Was it 550? Or was it something with a number on there? Because that's when Nas dropped his clothing line, Willie Esco, and then you had, I think it was like,
oh, is it 560?
560. Yeah, that's what I said. I knew it was five. I said 550. I knew it was something like that. 560. Yep.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man.
So even then, like you see, he had the clothing, and he made money off that, sold it, and was able, like, he's a real smart businessman.
No, he also did a couple of gigs on MTV as well that some people don't remember. You know, he actually did some of the hostings for the MTV VMA Awards or the movie awards.
He did.
Joe got himself ready for what he's doing right now with the the Joper show.
Facts. He was doing a lot of stuff, like hosting and just being around. He was just being an entertainer.
He was making sure you didn't forget his name, man.
Being an entertainer. And now look what he's doing now.
And what did he do? He moved to Miami. You know what I mean? Which is what Boosie said in an interview on Vlad. He was like, yo, you got to move out of your home state. You know what I mean? You can't be staying in your home state like that because bad shit will happen.
Yeah, he would have got, if he would have stayed in New York, my opinion, he would have got stagnated. Fat Joe would have got Fat Joe.
Oh.
If he would have stayed in New York, I think he would have got stagnated. When he went to Miami, I think it was another reinvention.
Right. Cool and Dre.
With the Cool and Dre. And then that's bringing that whole atmosphere. The whole atmosphere. That was, and bring Khaled, and bring in those first few years with Khaled was rocking the Terror Squad chain. He was pushing out hits, man. And that's the transition right there that you got respect for an artist be able to transition from the New York style to that style, or even the producers bringing in these new guys, Cool and Dre, nobody knows about, and making them household names.
Iceberg said Fat Joe or FJ 560. Fat Joe had a premium leather deal. A lot of his jackets was low-key created by the creative designer of Averex Leathers.
Iceberg, that's facts. That's a hip-hop trivia fact right there, too. Yep.
That's what's up, man. No, that's cool to hear that Fat Joe, had a clothing line. He had several artists. He got several artist deals. And he released several albums, man. His catalog is so long. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
extensive. Yeah.
Extensive. And he's even had major hits just in the last few years, like before the pandemic. Hip hop trivia. What was Fat Joe's last big hit?
What's the joint with him and Remy Ma?
Nah, I'm saying the joint with French Montana all the way up. Actually, that
Oh,
was on the album Palomotos Plotos or something like that.
yeah. But it's
Palomos Plotos.
all right, all the way up. And then the joint with dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun,
so
dun.
excited. He had so excited with Dre.
Yeah, so excited. Yeah. All the way, yeah, I was thinking all the way up, because Remy Ma, yeah. And then that's to bring Remy Ma, that's to have put her albums out and then let her get out of jail and then put her on a hit, that
Nah,
was what's up.
not the Chris Brown joint, but I did. Yo, funny story. Chris Brown, Fat Joe, right? I think it was called Round Here.
Chris Brown, in fact, I'm
Another
not sure of the
round.
name. I know the song, but I'm not sure of the name.
It's called Another Round. One time I was in Miami with my homie, it's Matic. One time I was in Miami with my homie, it's Matic, and we were driving around. We were driving around the block by South Beach. We seen Fat Joe. Yo, Young D, what's popping, man? We seen Fat Joe. And I yelled out, I was like, yo, Joe, you got one. You got one, man. Another round. That shit is crazy, Joe. That shit is crazy. No lie, man.
That's honor, man. That's honorable, man. Like, listen, man, if I was in that position, if I'm Joe, like, I honor that, man. I'll be loving that. That's the stuff that make me, keep pushing forward, man. I like to see that energy from people, man.
Hold on one second. Veta says, remember my first Averex coat? It was a pilot looking joint, brown leather captain patches on the arms with lamb fur around the collar. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of an idea of what Iceberg was talking about with the style of jackets.
Well, no, the Averexes had all different styles, but the main style was the half joint, a waist length leather or whatever like that. Averex stitching in the back or whatever. You got the pilot wings or whatever joint on the side. Yeah, Averex definitely. When I met Fat Joe down at the All-Star game on South Street, he's going to Total Sport to go get some jerseys. All of them had on Averex, either Averex leather or 560 Soul. That's the name of 560 Soul. That was the name of his clothing brand. They had those leathers on. That's how I know they had the Iceberg right with the sponsorship with Averex.
Iceberg said, I had the scorpion on the back in rhinestones. Are you serious, Iceberg?
No, that joint was hitting. That joint was hitting back there.
Damn you, Iceberg. Hit that cash out, man. Cash out.
Iceberg, how much you pay for that joint?
James Brown said he couldn't afford one.
That's why they said, Iceberg, how much you pay for that one with the scorpion on the back?
Man, that shit is lit, though. But, we were just talking about that in the sense of artists when we were speaking on Fujiano and Gucci Mane's relationship. This is the second artist from Gucci Mane that's actually going to be serving quite a bit of time. Rallo being the other one. And those were two major signings. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Those were the two major signings aside from Pooh Shiesty that Gucci Mane had. Am I wrong?
No, those were the ones that Rallo, Fugiano, and then Pooh Shiesty. That was trifecta.
Maybe Asian the Brat. I mean, you could mention Asian the Brat.
They would have came. She would have came with whoever else, but the ones that prospered, like I said, was Rallo, Fujiano, Pooh Shiesty.
Also he had Little Wop. Didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah. See, but the thing is, like, if Fujiano was out, maybe Lil Wop would have a song with Fujiano and push him a little bit more, stuff like that.
Shout out my big bro, Bang'em Smurf. Hopefully he comes back to the channel one day. You know what I mean? Bang'em Smurf just didn't know what Like, he walked away from the channel before he really knew what it was turning into, Rosewood. Like, he just kind of walked away kind of soon. He was like, he didn't really understand. Like, he's like, yo, man, the podcast isn't going anywhere. It's like, dude, what do you mean? You made a little bit of bread off the podcast on the first episode. Like, he made bread off the podcast on the first episode, and then he just quit because he's like, it ain't making nothing. It's like, dude, what do you mean? Some people make YouTube videos and they don't make nothing for years, Rosewood.
Right. And the thing is, I look at it like anybody that's willing to give me a platform and, give my piece or, give my piece on hip hop history or promote what I got going on or link with other people. It's really not about the money for me or even the views. I don't care if it's 50 people here or 5,000 people here. Still going conducted in the same manner. Still going.
He has. Rosewood isn't lying. There's been 500. There's been 600 people in here, and Rosewood just is the same guy. That's why he works. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's why. And I just, I just look at it for what it is. I put emotions to the side, man. Especially there's no emotion in business, but when we trying to put out a good product, and I recognize that Mikey T is putting out good content, because I was tuning in to Mikey T before I was coming on here, tuning in the comments, seeing Iceberg, stuff, and coming on giving my piece. And Mikey T gave me that opportunity. I always salute Mikey T for that. So, like I said, it didn't matter what it was. He was doing an honorable thing for hip hop.
So, Iceberg responded to you, Rosewood. He said $1,300. It was studded, not exactly rhinestone, but it was type shiny. It should have been rhinestone for damn $1,300.
No, man, that's what I said. Them Jones was expensive. That's why I said I know he spent over a stack. As soon as he said that one, I said that was over a stack. Survivor Kensington, salute. Frank, what up, my J? Salute, man. Salute, man.
Let me see.
Salute everybody in the comments for tapping in, man. You got any questions, man? Give us some good questions. We'll answer them. Butter soft leather. People got killed in Yonkers for those AVREX. Really, man? That's crazy. All over New York. People was getting cut in the face for AVREX jackets and all that, man. Yeah. Like the cheapest AVREX leather I seen was $500.
Appreciate you, Chris. Mikey T, the movie star. What it do? Real hip hop news and the best interview. Thank you, bro. Hey, major salute to you, Chris. Go check out my new interview with Mike Geronimo if you haven't got the chance. My new interview with Mike Geronimo is live on the channel. Also, I put out a new exclusive with AR Rab yesterday. Rosewood had hit me this morning and was like, yo, Mikey T, it looks like YFN Lucci is getting caught up in some shit, man. And I was like, damn, I did read that the other day. You want to speak on it? And he was like, yeah, we should.
Yeah, because the other day, I actually saw it the other day, but we already had topics on the live, and, I didn't want to mix things up. So that's why I showed today, because I started seeing people report on it. And I actually seen one channel, I forget the guy's name or whatever.
Not to cut you off, Rosewood, but Palment, probably better than I do, man. Don't need to be shouting at anybody that doesn't shout out us on the channel.
Oh, no, I wasn't. I don't know his name, but it's cool.
Palmento Pedro, my dude, Double P, was popping. He said the best way to donate is probably Cash App because it's direct. Super Chat takes like a month to get. So the best way is Cash App. If anybody wants to donate, I got it pinned right now. I'm not really familiar with Kensington other than seeing a few music videos and a couple documentaries that were type sketchy. I was like, yo, this isn't somewhere. Like, are you kidding me? Can I not go to Kensington and get a bite to eat?
I don't think you want to go get a bite to eat in Kensington.
No?
Fuck no. Nobody go up there for the food. Not that type of food. Surviving Kensington, you know what I'm talking about. They don't go up there for that type of food. Nah. Don't go up there.
Nah, you don't? Okay, man. So
it's just zombie land. That's all it is. It's zombie land. You got people that's bodies all over.
Yeah, man. somebody had said, I think it was my guy Future Wifey and Hubby, that Fujiano was going to really be bigger in the near future. Like I said, like I alluded to, Pooh Shiesty will definitely be on a world tour when things are back to normal, and Fujiano would have been right there with him, I assume. Even if it was a Little Dirk and Pooh Shiesty tour, Fujiano would have been there to get his name bigger. But now he's going to be sitting in jail, and I had said, he had cut his bracelet for Christmas. Like that was one of the excuses I was given, Rosewood.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, that doesn't make any sense because you could have been with your family with the ankle bracelet around your.
I said that then, Mikey T, because you was like, it's Christmas, man. You want to be? I'm like, no, we ain't cutting that bracelet. I'm home already. Everything come here. That's different for him to do that. I don't know why. And I think now, this is just my opinion. I think he possibly could have been on the same level as Pooh Shiesty right now. Pretty much, they'd be on the same level, if not a little bit bigger.
Okay, so once he realized the pandemic wasn't going away, do you think he was like, damn, what am I even doing this for?
Yeah, because we can't do nothing any other way.
Yeah, it's like, dude, there's no bags to get. Like, you know what I mean? First of all, I mean,
he would have got more of a bag being on house arrest, doing stuff to the internet.
Yeah, but if he was on the run and there were shows, how many shows do you think he would even have got to have done on the run?
That's that too. That's not a whole lot, but he'll be able to do shows, but not as many as
he would have did a few until he got caught. Well, it would have depended on where the warrant was out of, I guess, right? He could have went anywhere. He's probably like, yo, I got a warrant in Georgia. I can go anywhere in America. I'm rich.
Until they catch me, right? Yeah, and just keep doing shows or whatever like that. Rappers definitely did it before. That rappers definitely then went on a run and did shows and then got caught.
Right, but
Dirty Bastard.
Now, let's be honest. The comparison of Fujiano and Tony Yayo was much different because back then it was 50 Cent. You know what I mean? With G Unit. At this point, it's Fujiano. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're looking directly at Fujiano.
Yeah, because in order for it to be like Tony Yayo, it would have to be like Gucci Man at his height and Fujiano being an artist like that. Because 50 Cent was just so big at the time. And then Yayo was already on a mixtape, like you said, laid the foundation. So when he got out, it was just so natural.
It was just a little bit different because, Tony Yayo, I don't think was running around doing shows by himself. Am I wrong in the chat, you guys? I don't think Tony Yayo was running like how Fujiano was running around doing shows. You know what I mean? I don't think Yayo was doing that before 50 blew up. Or definitely wasn't getting bags like Fujiano was.
No, definitely not. And definitely not doing shows either. Not doing no shows.
Doing shows with 50.
No, with 50. I'm talking about no individual shows off like no mixtape stuff. Like people can do shows off mixtape songs now. You can have a mixtape song to blow up and do shows off them. Back then,
I don't want to write him off. I don't want to write Yayo and Banks off from never having done a show back then, but I'm just saying it's probably evident
you talking about before their albums came out?
Yeah, before their albums came out and shit. But I mean,
with 50 Cent,
right? But I'm saying Fujiano got paid $7,000-$8,000 to do a show on his own without Gucci Man. He was actually starting to get money. Like I find it hard to believe that they were doing that.
It was different. It was different times, like you said.
Right, so hold on. So G-Jerk, was Tony Yayo? We're asking the question: was Tony Yayo doing solo shows though? Like based when would G Unit only perform together, or would there be solo shows?
Right. That's what I was saying. Was there solo shows with Yayo before that?
Yeah, because obviously the times were different, and you wouldn't see flyers like that. Like nowadays, if Fujiano has a show in Ohio, you'll see a flyer for it.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
If Fujiano has a show in Kentucky, you'll see a flyer for it. Yeah.
Back then it was almost like you had to have 50 Cent there with them.
Yeah, because 50 was probably going to make $5,000 or $6,000, if that.
Right. He was the main attraction. He was the main attraction.
And right, they snuck him in as well to a lot of the shows because he
Right.
was running around with his brother's passport.
Yep. And somebody mentioned in the chat Ghostface. Ghostface was the same way. Ghostface was on the run doing shows on Wu-Tang's first album. You know, Old Dirty Bastard the same way.
Now, Ghostface, Old Dirty Bastard, they're a little different, man. They probably, unlike Banks and Yayo back then, I could picture them doing solo shows because, you know, they were always come up, you know what I mean? People bought their albums, solo albums. Banks didn't put his solo album out until 2004.
Yeah, but they were doing shows with the whole Wu-Tang were doing shows at the time.
Right.
When Ghostface was on the run, that was the first album. And so the whole promotion tour for the first album would get built up. They can't have him in jail. So that's why he wore the mask over his face in the video. Because even to make it to the video shoot.
Old Dirty Bastard released his first album in 1995. You know, he was doing solo shows like a MFer. You know what I mean? Like this guy, people were paying him to do shows out the ass.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, Pimento.
Pimento, Pedro, salute, Primo.
Yo, Pedro, I appreciate that. Let me see. I appreciate that $5 Cash App, my dude. That's lit. If anybody else wants to donate to the channel, major salute to you, Pedro. What was it? Pedro Palmetto. Appreciate you, man. If anybody else wants to donate to the channel, Cash App, Mikey T Movie. It's pinned up right now. And the bulletproof vest because 50 wasn't playing. G-Jerk, please try to make sense with your comments, my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. G-Jerk said, I saw him in G-Unit perform What Up Gangsta. What up? And the bulletproof vest because 50 wasn't playing. Was Smurf there, G-Jerk?
Good question for him. Good question, Mikey T.
Was Smurf at that joint? Okay. Iceberg said, oh, yeah, Mikey, I just peeped that Quan joint. The answer you asked me yesterday is no, he didn't. They gassing it. 100% facts, man. People love the headline of Mikey T gets checked by a rapper, Rosewood. Why do they like that headline so much? It gets some hits, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be so funny. That's why I'll be saying, like, because I'll be like, man, I'll be testing your rap knowledge. Like, all right, listen, you're a rapper. You got to have rap knowledge to be coming at me. But I don't know why. People like the controversy, Mikey T. You know, I don't be liking the controversy. I like keeping it positive, bringing great content, keeping people informed, you know, what's going on in the industry and Philly at the same time. But, you know, everybody like different things.
Let me answer this question real quick. Future Wifey and Hubby, it was actually Ghostface's first album was October 29th, 1996.
Mm-hmm. I brought that album up at Sound City. I brought that album.
Rosewood, man, you know, people yes, I did Superstar Doe. I did play that guy from White Man Can't. No, that was Woody Harrelson, bro.
Woody Harrelson.
Respect. Put some respect on Woody Harrelson's name, man.
Right. Put some respect on Woody's name, man.
But yo, Rosewood, it's like I was saying, these dudes, these rappers, man, some of these dudes, man, I don't know, they just want to diss me for some reason. Or the blogs want the rappers to diss me is what it is. The blogs want to put it out there like the rappers are dissing me. But in facts, I really have put a lot of these guys in their place. I'm the reason a lot of these guys can't do longer than a 7 or 8 minute long video, Rosewood. They can't stay on here on
I'm gonna say this. The bloggers definitely be spicing stuff up. Like they definitely be jacking like your lives and all that and chopping them up, instigating it and putting up a title for clickbait. Man, you know I ain't with none of that clickbait stuff. That's all goofy to me.
Yeah, no. All right. So G-Jerk says they're just checking my temperature. But yo, haven't they seen that my temperature can go through the roof, Rosewood?
Yeah, but they don't matter. They don't matter. They don't matter about you. When he say, I don't know what he mean by like checking your temperature because they know you. So it's not trying to see where you come.
No, I'm
Checking your
saying
temperature, trying to see where you coming from,
I
not
don't think
trying to
they
test
knew
you.
me. I don't know. I don't think they knew me before they seen what I did on, all these videos where I'm just going like ape shit on dudes. I don't think the people really knew me for that.
Then probably because I was about to say like I don't know you for that. I know you for bringing report card radio, bringing rappers that I like, doing interviews with the rappers that I like, old and new. That's why I really was always tapped in because you always had the rappers old and new, and you were bringing the updated info. And it was like, all right, boom, I can go fact check what you that said or what I listened to. I'm like, I know Mikey T been on that. So it's like,
They're doing it for a reaction. But yeah, it's like it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's like when did they start wanting a reaction out of me?
you doing something right, Mikey T. Like I said on my gram, man, I don't know if I said on gram, I said, man, if the haters ain't got your name in their mouth, you ain't doing something right. You gotta have the haters, man. Cause that means you doing the right thing. Schizo, what up, my J? Salute to West Virginia in the building.
So yeah, man, this whole thing with YFN Lucci kind of caught us off guard.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, Mikey T.
Did it caught you off guard too? Because I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
we had
that
spoke
caught
on
me
it.
off guard.
We spoke on it a few weeks ago when YFN Lucci went to that strip club he wasn't supposed to go to. Okay, all
Yeah,
right, you know what I mean? Typical problem that any man might make. Go to a strip club at the wrong time. It could happen, right?
right. That's what I'm saying. They'll say he got right. As soon as he got out, he went there. I looked at that. It was like this messing with him. Now it looks like it was part of a bigger scheme. Okay, we want to try to get you with this. That don't work. We got this.
Phantom Stranger, YFN hit with the Rico. Yeah, it's crazy because we knew the charges, we knew the uphill battle that he was facing with everything he went through. I want to say in it was either December or January. I think he was December when he was.
December. Mm-hmm. It
We
was
knew
like the same time with Fujiano.
we knew the uphill battle he was going to be facing just to beat that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Just to prove his innocence in that, just to prove whatever his connection was to those guys that day, he was going to have to put basically everything on the line to beat that. But now he's fighting the charge of his life. He's fighting what has put in so many people away. Like it put Rod Diggs away. They got Casanova facing a racketeering charge right now. And
Yep.
now they've got the racketeering charge put on YFN Lucci.
Yep. And I believe even Murder Inc. had they had a racketeering charge attached to their case. Because the whole thing was Supreme. And it's just like I don't know if people not paying attention to rap history. Like the hip hop police is out there crazy. They always watching. So you can do things for publicity, but it has to be for publicity and not something like real life that's going on. It has to. Everything has to be out of the statute of limitations of anything that you rapping about. You know, 50 Cent, the ghetto Quran situation. Look at that. Look at all that drama with that situation with him dropping that song.
Well, actually, just to comment on the Irv Gotti thing, they
Mm-hmm.
beat money laundering charges. Yeah,
Okay.
they were separated from Irv Gotti's whole thing. I don't
Okay.
think I mean, they were separated from Supreme McGriff's whole thing.
Okay.
But yeah, what were you talking about 50 Cent on the Ghetto Quran record?
No, that right there, like him speaking of all the stuff that went on, and they were saying basically like, yo, there's still people out here going through stuff with those cases or still on the run, whatever it is. And all the stuff that came behind that with 50 Cent with making that song. So rappers like, and that was just him in his hood. So now it's the feds that are looking at stuff like that and linking it to hood stuff.
Yeah, I just don't think YFN Lucci's whole thing, Casanova's whole thing, I don't think it's so much based on the music, whereas it's based on their friendships.
Yeah,
Even with Irv Gotti, it was based on his friendship. You know what I mean?
facts,
Uh,
facts. Your
uh,
affiliation.
Max B, based on his relationship with that girl.
Yep, your affiliation. Your affiliation. That's where they. That's why they can always add a conspiracy in. Because it's your affiliation.
Yo,
Yeah,
the
Rob
most hated,
did.
Midnight, the most hated. Major salute, Steve.
Salute midnight.
Steve Q. Nowadays, you can't get away with nothing. Yeah, you can't. You can't this day and age. You cannot.
Facts.
You can't
Facts.
be putting everything on social media. That was one of the things about the music industry back in the day, Rosewood. It was the aura of mystery. That was one of the
Right.
things, right? The aura of mystery that attracted the
Facts.
artist.
Facts. Facts. It was that little element that, like you said, that aura mystery, that mystique. Like, dang, is he really in this? Is he out of it? We don't know. But the music is all that. Like, so that's what I'm saying. It was like you said, like when Biggie was rapping about all that, all the stuff he rapping in Life After Death. That was real. That was real stuff. All that mob talk, that's real stuff. You can look that up. That's real stuff right there. Giancana family, I hang with cats that he said I hang with cats that call gas toolies, call blacks moolies, let us still a smoke woolies. Like that's real life stuff. He was really dealing with them. But we wouldn't have known. We just think it's Biggie talking mob talk. You know? That's why the feds was watching him, because of the Giancana family. That's a little hip hop history right there too.
Oh shit! Hold on. Let me give a shout out to Sasha Sterling. Oh, my bad, Sasha. I think that's Veta. My bad, Veta. I want to put your whole government out there like that. Appreciate that $20 Cash App. If anybody else wants to donate to the channel, Cash App Mikey T Movie. It's appreciated. Came on for a very live, different, exclusive for you all today. What I want to say, it's kind of like an out of nowhere exclusive. You know what I mean? We decided to hit y'all with something nice, just to, you know what I mean? Just to get the day off, to get the night off right.
Future wifey and hubby, how long has the hip hop police been in hip hop? I'm going to say since 1994 when Tupac got shot in Quad Studios. Until this day, we only know one hip hop cop, and that's Derek Parker. But the rest of them is like unknown.
Just about to roll something up. What you smoking over there, man?
Some Big Earth. I got some Big Earth gas. We about to come out with a Big Earth strain.
Yo, major salute to my guy, Steve Q. That man holds it down. I appreciate you, bro. $5 super chat. Major salute to you.
Steve Q, salute my J. You always in the comments, man. Great questions, man. Salute, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, my J. Everybody, I salute everybody for tapping in, man. Taking your time out your day to spend with us and get some good news, man. Hopefully everybody had a great day. Hopefully everybody gonna have a better evening.
Yep, we're going to probably wrap it up in about 15 minutes. So if anybody wants to ask final questions, I'm going to ask you guys final questions. Anybody has... If anybody has, yo, what up, Trey Kelly? Appreciate you for tapping in.
Trey Kelly, what up, my J?
Final questions for anybody tonight. I'm about to roll up.
Yuroslav Kurvev. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name, bro. With Ab's situation, his interviews isn't the things that they're using against him. in his case. So everything in the interviews he said, the judge even said it. They're not using that, against him in his case.
Yeah, the judge even said that he wasn't using the lyrics in the consideration of his sentencing as well.
Mm-hmm.
But also, there were no interviews that were actually there were a few interviews that were put in there.
Yeah, I meant to say that's the lyrics.
Yeah, the lyrics. There were a few interviews that were placed.
Mm-hmm.
Really appreciate you on that Cash App donation, Veta. Yeah, Young D. Did you see the new AR-Ab interview I dropped where he spoke on Meek Mill? We just had to come on and speak on YFN Lucci today, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm about to say, Young D, go check that interview out. Go check out, matter of fact, just check out all the Ab interviews from Mikey T. With Ab actually speaking.
Free the OBH boss. That's what I'm talking about. That's what he's talking about, the OBH shout outs.
You already know, man. Shout out to Birdo. Shout out to Razor. Shout out to News. Shout out to Little Johnny. Shout out Leak Moss. Shout out No Breaks Bras. Free that man. Shout out to Moolahs. Free that man.
Appreciate that, D. Well, I got one more coming up this week, Young D. It's actually Gilly Ab speaking on Gilly, Oskino, Lil Rucky. But if you were tapped in with us on the live the other day, you would have probably heard a piece of it, because Rosewood and I were speaking on it ourselves.
Yeah, that was a good I like that conversation we had right there, Mikey T. That took me back. When Ad was speaking of those times, those summer days, I remember people going block to block battling people, man.
What up, Off TV? Appreciate you for tapping in.
Off TV, salute.
Nah, we know, Young D. You're the man, though, to be real. Did you make an IG yet? Trey Kelly, you're late. Yeah, man, it's all good. We just were going on live today quick. We wanted to speak on YFN Lucci and actually Fujiano, who actually accepted 5 years in jail, which is kind of crazy. I was expecting more like 3. You know what I mean? Schizo, Lucci hasn't been sentenced yet, bro.
Yeah, he ain't been sentenced yet. The first case that hasn't even officially started yet.
Yeah. But yeah, we're about to get out of here in a few minutes, you guys.
Salute.
I have the Cash App pinned if anybody wants to support the channel. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that Cash App. Show us that you got some love for the channel. Trey Kelly. Just if you want to rewatch this video to hear all of our thoughts, just rewind it back. Rosewood actually joined the video, 20 minutes in or something like that, Rosewood?
Yeah. 20 minutes in.
Well, Young D, you got Porilla's information, right? I hope you wrote it down or something like that. It's just Po, Rilla, Porilla.
Definitely. Shout out to the whole Richard Allen. Shout out to the old Richard Allen, man.
I'm going to put his information up right here. To donate to Ab's Appeal contact. You guys want to help donate to Ab's Appeal, contact Porilla. I just put his Instagram right there.
Ali Pro, what up, my G? All the way from Australia. You back in the building. He's rocking it alive with us. You back in the building, man.
Okay, my man, Young D. And my man, Schizo. He said, peace and blessings, Mikey T. Schizo shirt coming, and I got you 112, Rosewood.
You already know, Sketch. You know the deal, my G.
That's love, bro.
Shout out to West Virginia, man.
That's what's up, Schizo. Always love when people want to send in some merch. You know what I mean?
Always love, man.
Yeah, future wifey and hubby, if you want to tap in with Rosewood, his Instagram is literally right there. It's spill_ENT. It's easy to tap in with him. I know Black Montana. I don't know if you're still in here, Black Montana. He had said he reached out to you as well. But Rosewood had told everyone if he doesn't get back to you in a day or two, just reach back out because he's in the studio doing things, setting up Razor's new EP.
That Big project about to, we got some good bangs on there, and we got some good features on there. Some features y'all gonna love for that Big project. Salute to my brother OBH Razor, man. Yeah, anybody that want to hit me up, anything that you got going on, like I did see that. I didn't get a chance to respond to it in the comments. I did see your comments though, but just hit me up on spill_ENT on the gram. Hit me up. And like Mikey T said, if I don't hit you right back or whatever, I'm going to hit you back.
Or just hit him back, like I said, man. Be assertive.
Yeah, or that, because I really be busy. Like me and Mikey T, we was on a live the other night. What, till about like 4 a.m?
Well, let me Young D, in regard to a lot of people ask me about the Road to Glory album. You know what I mean? Right now, that's not the main concern, especially with all the other guys working so hard. Low even coming out saying he has 3 or 4 projects he's working on. New project with Havoc. I'm not sure if you caught that, Rosewood. New project with Havoc. But the Road to Glory, if you guys missed the little snippet that Porilla had actually put together, then you kind of missed out. It's not something that is that we're talking about right now, but I know there's a lot of fans out there who would like it, so we'll have to see what's up with that, because it would be good to actually get that fully together and then be able to get it to the people who really want it.
Louis Peasy, Honorable R. You already know, man. You know how we carry the R over here, Louis Peasy.
Iceberg said a lot of people using that lemon pepper beat now. Is that a sample? Razor did it best, though. No cap.
Razor murdered it. That's what I'm saying. Razor jumped on it from the rip and murdered it.
Well, that was Drake's shit.
Yeah, I know it's Drake, but I'm saying, like, as people doing it now, I'm seeing more people doing it now.
Well, what did he mean by the sample? Is that a sample? That was Drake's.
Yeah, that was Drake's. Yeah.
Yep, we're about to close out of here, you guys. Hit that like button. If you want to do something a little bit more, hit that Cash App, show some love. Go check out the new interview with Mike Geronimo. If you want to do something extra for the channel, leave a comment. Live Free 2018. The Hip Hop Trivia Episode 3 drops tomorrow, you guys.
Tomorrow. Live Free. Tell a friend, Live Free.
And how
everybody tap into the Hip Hop Trivia tomorrow, man. It's a great experience for everybody tuning in. And I guarantee anybody that's a guaranteed hip hop head in the comments, you're going to want to try to participate.
Right.
The list has grown now. So, we might have to, start accepting. You might have to have a little questionnaire to get on first to see where your hip hop brain is at. Because the list is starting to get real long. Then we're going to have the tournament, the hip hop trivia tournament. So you already know, Mikey T, we bringing the content for the people, man. Bringing interactive content with the people. That's the thing, man. Separates us from the others.
I am smoking on runts tonight, you guys. Definitely appreciate everybody coming in here, man. It's one-on-one, Peasy. It's one-on-one when it comes to the trivia.
Yeah, the one is one-on-one. Straight one-on-one. Straight up. Head up.
20 questions. There's 2 episodes online right now. We had Rosewood versus RBH. And then we had a second episode, RBH versus Bond Simmons. So I want you guys to go check those out right now before the next episode drops tomorrow. Shit's going to be lit.
And we're going to be having special celebrity guests tap in, the battle. Anybody in the comments has the trivia. You don't know who you're going to get. That's the thing. You don't know who you're going to get.
And we're going to drop it tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, G-Drake, 6 o'clock, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yep.
Because I know I'll be trying to answer the questions too. Like when I'm watching when I watch the one with Bonds RBH I'm trying to answer the questions too and see how many I get right.
Well, tomorrow is the rematch.
That's
Tomorrow
the
is the rematch for the championship, for the Hip Hop Trivia Championship. The championship chain, as you guys will see tomorrow. You guys will see the Hip Hop Trivia Championship chain tomorrow. It's the debut of it. But Bonds will be, it's going to be a rematch tomorrow because the champion will always get a rematch if he loses.
Right.
Yeah, if you ain't smoking runts, you got to switch it up. But I don't know how long the runts is going to be around, so that's why I'm taking advantage of it.
Yeah. See, I was the white and the pink runts. We was born that heavy. When they dropped the white runts first, then the pink runts, we was born that heavy. And then something else came out. You know how it is with the strains, Mikey T. Schizo, definitely, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. The Hip Hop Trivia episode 3 Hip Hop Trivia Battle dropping tomorrow at 6 p.m. You guys, that's right. 22 hours. Yeah, try to tap in, future wifey and hubby. If not, just catch it on the you know what I mean? Catch it on the replay. Appreciate everybody for tapping in tonight. We're about to get out of here, man. Rosewood, man. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight.
You already know, Mikey T. You know it's always an honor, man. Salute to the whole Philly stand up. Salute to everybody tapping into Mikey T, whether it's now, later, in the future, or in the past. Thank you for everybody coming in, man. Hit me up at Spill ENT. You know, we always over here working, doing promotion, artist development, and management. You know, like I said, shout out to my guy, OBH Razor. Shout out to the whole 15th and Duncannon. All my niggas on the block holding it down, man. Salute to everybody.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in tonight, everyone. We had a dope discussion on a couple of artists from the South that are, you know, very popular. You know, one really was blowing up, and the other was on his rise. The other, you know, Fujiano really on his rise in the game. I hope to see positive things for him in the future. You know what I mean? As well as YFN Lucci, man. So that'll do it for us tonight. Rosewood, thank you very much, brother.
You already know, Mikey T. It's off to work now, my J. You know what time it is. Studio work.
Yep, you already know. We'll catch you guys Thursday night. That's right, Thursday night live.
You already know what's up.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, Rosewood.
Peace.